So one thing I realized people leave out when they're talking about men being providers in the household, and they bring up their dad and their granddad as examples. Like how they talk about, oh, my granddaddy was the provider in the household, and he paid all the bills, and my grandmama didn't have to do anything. Or my dad was the provider in the household, my mama didn't have to work, and she didn't have to do anything when I was coming up. But the part that they miss, that they don't tell you, is when granddaddy was providing, one, all of the bills were way cheaper. But the most important thing they miss out on is they don't tell you how their mom, their aunties, their uncles and stuff like that were sharing clothes. They were wearing hand-me-downs. They don't tell you how grandmama and granddaddy had 6 kids sleeping in a 2-bedroom house. They don't tell you how grandmama didn't have a driver's license because it was no point for her to learn how to drive because she didn't have a car anyway. Granddaddy didn't have enough money to buy her a car and him a car. They don't tell you how all 6 of those kids and 2 adults were packed in that station wagon. They don't tell you how grandmama ain't never been on a cruise in her whole life. Matter of fact, grandmama ain't never been out the country until maybe they got in their 60s when granddaddy got some real money. Grandmama ain't never been out the country. Grandmama ain't never.
Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, interact with the channel, man. We're about to get into this topic right here. Black man right here. Thank him for his service. He's in uniform. And he's explaining, about how it used to be versus how it is now with men paying all the bills. I agree with him 100%. He's saying that grandma never went on the trip. Grandma, you know, wore hand-me-down clothes, and a lot of black people, especially in the black community, we struggled. Granddaddy had 6, 7 kids. You know what I'm saying? That he was taking care of on top of the wife, paying all the bills, feeding all the kids. And he didn't have grandma. One thing grandma didn't do as well, grandma didn't run her damn mouth. Grandma knew how to close her mouth and let the man be a man and get the bills paid. Granddaddy might have another family down the street that grandma didn't even know about it. Grandma probably knew about it, but she just didn't say shit to keep her bills paid. And I'm not saying that was right, but I'm saying she respected the man. Even though he was on bullshit, she still respected him. Y'all don't even respect men today. Y'all want to be taken on trips. Y'all want to be taken on dates. Y'all want a man to buy you flowers and give you shit on top of paying all the bills and taking care of kids that ain't theirs. And see, they don't talk about that either. Grandma didn't have kids by 4, 5 different men. You know what I'm saying? But let's see what else this black man got to say.
Wore no designer. Grandmama had them kids eating poking beans and weenies. They don't never talk about that piece of it. They just talk about my granddaddy paid all the bills. Yeah, your granddaddy paid all the bills. But they was struggling. Them folks was struggling like a motherfucker. And I guarantee you, if you ask your grandmama or you ask your granddaddy, they tell you how much they was struggling. They didn't even get new clothes. They got new clothes probably on their birthday or probably for Easter. That was it. They got a new Easter dress, a new Easter suit, and that was it. Throughout the year, the motherfuckers are wearing hand-me-downs. And the same thing go for your daddy. And a lot of y'all mamas and daddies worked when they was younger. Your mama worked when your daddy was younger. They put that money up, and by the time you got old enough, your mama probably wasn't working then because they had already worked together to establish the life that they needed. But it's
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like most women today, they won't struggle with no man. They not finna be there through the hard times. Grandma and them was there for the hard times, the good and the bad. That's why granddaddy didn't mind paying all the rent, even though they was struggling. When the rent wasn't nothing but $400, and granddaddy went to work at that warehouse or at that the steel mill or whatever, wherever granddaddy worked at, for $5 an hour. And that's good money. Like today's women, they want the scammer, they want the rapper, they want the trapper, they want the, you got to take them on trips, you got to take them on dates, you got to do all of this shit. And grandma respected the man, and he didn't take her to do a motherfucking thing. All he did was pay the bills, and that was enough for grandma. You could pay all the bills for a woman now, and she still gonna complain. She still gonna run her mouth. She still gonna disrespect you. Why she got kids by another man? I My cousin married a woman with 7 kids that were not his. And she disrespected this man on a daily basis. Still to this day. She run the whole household. Tell this man what he can and can't do. He smoked a little weed or whatever, and he couldn't even spend $10 of his own money without this woman jumping down his throat. Now, I'm not saying that all relationships are like that, but what I am saying is majority of women today don't have respect for men and what we go through and what we pay, and that's why a lot of men they offing themselves. Men's mental health is horrible in 2025. Men are taking themselves out left and right. I just did a video on a man that took his wife out, took the new boyfriend out, and the police took him out for the disrespect. This woman had 7 kids. The man she was dating on a date with, he had 4 kids. And the man at home, well, the man that she was going through a divorce with, I don't know if them was all his kids or whatever. I highly doubt it. But every man can't accept that, man. Every man can't accept paying all them bills and taking care of these kids, and y'all just running rampant, doing whatever y'all want to do and disrespecting these men. But let's see what else this black man got to say right here, man. I'm sorry for the rant, y'all.
A lot of stuff y'all be missing when y'all be telling these stories about, oh, my daddy paid all the bills or my granddaddy paid all the bills, but you ain't telling the part where they were struggling. You don't want to live that life. You want a big house. You want designer clothes. You want to go on vacations all the time. You want to do all these things. You want your kids to have every pair of new Jordans that come out. You want to have all these different hairstyles. Your grandmama had them same raggedy ass wigs her whole life. Your granddaddy ain't never bought your grandma a new wig. And y'all talking about my granddaddy paid all the bills. I bet he did, because your grandma ain't had nothing else.
I was saying, women are so privileged these days, man. Y'all got $500-$600 wigs. Y'all got all these fancy cars and these fancy apartments and houses and stuff, man. The women back in the day didn't have none of that. They was appreciative for what granddaddy brought home to that house. They appreciated that shit. Real appreciation. See, women today will tell you they appreciate you, and they really don't. They'll tell you that they appreciate that shit, then turn around and do some foul shit. Cheat on you. You know what I'm saying? Talk shit. All kind of shit, man. And it's all because these laws that's in place that's protecting them. Because what they won't tell you about back in the day too, granddaddy didn't play that shit. I don't condone and man putting their hands on women and stuff like that there, man. But granddaddy got some act right in his house. All that calling men sassy y'all be doing these days, and talking shit, and man, you get your block knocked off. Talking to the men back in the day like that who paid all the bills. Y'all crazy. But y'all like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know how y'all feel about this topic right here, man. Hit the link in the description. You want tattoos or piercings, you in Dallas, Texas, holla at your boy. If you want custom rugs for your home, your business, or a gift for a friend or family member, man, hit the link in the description. If you in the city or anywhere in America, we can get them to your doorstep, man. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Don't be a lame like these women that's out here being unappreciative of these men. And these men, salute to y'all, man. Salute to this man for his service, and salute to y'all men that's out here taking care of business and doing what y'all supposed to do, man. Keep doing you.